Hello, folks. I hope you guys have been doing great. So today I would like to show you a slideshow that I created for my scientific and technical communications assignment at Conestoga College. And the topic that I chose is very much relevant to the current course that I'm studying, that is computer science. So the topic of today's slideshow is how to write clean code. And I would be your presenter or whatever you want to call it. So about a little bit about myself and my course. Like I told you, my name is Shimroz Usmani, and I'm studying Bachelor's of Computer Science in Conestoga College, Waterloo. So let's jump right into it without any further ado. So let me introduce you. I would like you to have some. I would like to express what I assume about you. Like I have some assumptions about you people. So and before that, let me go to the contents, like what I would be covering in this slideshow. Number one, my assumptions, obviously. So what do like what I assume your level, your technical level, and how much prior knowledge you have, and I'll be discussing everything regarding this. And then would be like, what is clean code? And then I would be discussing you regarding its history, like how clean code came to be known as clean code. Okay. And then we will talk a little bit about its importance and why you should care. Okay. And then at the last, I'm going to give you some tips on how to write clean code. So let's go. So assumptions. What do I believe? Number one. I believe that you are a tech savvy. When I say you're a tech savvy, I don't mean that you know everything about technology, but what I do mean is that you get fascinated. You get very much fascinated, and you express quite a lot interest regarding technology. So, for example, if Apple launches its brand new iPhone, you are fascinated to know about its new features. Maybe they have new features. That's a debate for you guys. Second, you have some experience in coding, like programming, so you know how to write a simple code, like writing "Hello World" or like any basic program. You understand that. And number three is like you want to enhance your coding skills. You want to polish your coding skills. Okay. So these are my assumptions regarding you. So you're an audience who knows a little bit of programming, like maybe you are studying computer science in high school, maybe you are taking computer science as a major in your university. That's it. Now, number one, what is clean code? Clean code is a way that you write beautiful, readable, comprehensible code. Okay, so I wrote the definition for you. So clean code is defined as writing comprehensive code. You might be thinking, but wait, what does that mean? Maybe I should leave this presentation. Yeah, it's all because like whenever you see a heading and a boring definition, you're sometimes like your mind goes down like this, and you nod your head like this. But relax, let's take an example. Okay, so here's my code that I wrote for my software implementation program. Okay, now what I want you to do is, this is Visual Studio. I want you to have a look at this code. Okay, so now when you look at this code, you're like, okay, there is something written like A, and then a capital F, then function, then it says something like X into X, and then comma, then into Y, then return. I don't know what this mean, and then it's print %t, and then it's a function, and then it has some stupid numbers, 10 or 5, and um, I would like you to guess what would be the outcome of this. Take a moment and guess. And you cannot guess it, right? So now let me show you the actual code that I wrote. I didn't write this code, but actually this code would give you the same output of the code that I actually wrote. So basically, like they would give you the same output. These two codes, they do the exactly same thing, but the layout, the way I wrote them is different. So this is not the one that I submitted for my assignment. Maybe I'm gonna or let me show you the code that I wrote for the assignment. So this is the code that I wrote for my assignment. Now, Have a look at this. Int add number. Hmm. So it's a function. And what it does is maybe it adds two numbers, who knows? And then it says int number one and int number two. That means to use this code, we require two numbers, number one, number two. And then it says sum equals number one and number two. And we know that the sum is the sum of two numbers. And it says return sum. So maybe what I can guess is the one who was trying to write this program, in this case, me, was writing a function that could add two numbers and print out their sum. Okay. So, and for you guys who are curious, I have taken 10 here and then 5, and this is what the output looks like. So it would just give you 15. This is a screenshot from my computer. Okay, so this is what I want to explain to you guys with an example. This is the importance of clean code so that anyone could understand what you're trying to do. Okay, so let's go back to a little history of clean code, like how it came to be known as clean code. So it became popular because of a book written by American computer scientist Robert C. Martin, and they call him Uncle Bob. And the title of the book was Clean Code. So in this book, he explained quite a lot of things. One of the like phrase that this book is based upon is even poorly designed code can work. So even if you like refer back to my example, the first screenshot I showed you, it does the same thing here, right? Takes two number, it adds them up, and it prints that to the screen. It can work, but it can bring the organization to its knees. I'm going to stress more on that later. So, and the other thing is, he says like the importance of reusability. So if you have written a code that is very clean, that is very comprehensible, and when you look it back 2 weeks ago, you may be able to reuse it because you know what it does. And then I will show you some case studies which would stress on impact on industry. So let's jump right into it. So yeah. So case studies, the importance. Number one case study is NASA Mars Climate Orbiter. This thing happened in 1999. No, sorry. Yeah, 1999. So what happened? NASA lost a smart Mars Climate Orbiter. So they created a orbiter to monitor the climate on Mars, and they lost it. Why? Because one part of the software used imperial units, that is pounds. The other part of the software used metric unit, that is newtons. So what they do, they didn't write the variable name properly. Had they have done that, they would have known, okay, so like weight underscore pound or weight underscore newtons. What they might have done is that they have just written the variable, they might have just selected the variable name as variable underscore weight. So that's what I'm trying to say. Your variable name must be very comprehensible. The other case study we have is Toyota pedal bug. Now, what happened in 2009, Toyota had to like recall more than 9 million vehicles due to a bug in their electronic throttle system, which caused fatal accident. So it happened like Toyota, they created an electronic throttle system back in 2009, and it had quite a bugs. So they had to get it back. Now, the question arises, or the reason why it happens is because they didn't write clean code, like I showed you in my example. So when you work in an industry, you have employees joining and employees leaving. So maybe in the middle of the project, one of the employees who was writing the code for Toyota, he left the company. The other one joined, and the other one was not that he wasn't skilled, he wasn't able to tally back what the ex colleague was trying to do. So this is happened. This is the reason why clean code is so important in industries. So now I'm gonna give you some practical tips on how you can write clean code. Number one, have a clear vision of what you want to do. So if you want to create a function that um check whether a number is prime or not, you should have a clear picture that what your function wants to do. The second one is learn how to give a good name, and these two are interconnected. So I want to build a function that whenever I enter a number, it's going to check whether it's a prime number or not. Okay. So give that function a name like is prime. So anyone who would read the function's name is going to know, okay, so is prime, then parentheses, then 3. So is 3 a prime number? So like you got what I'm trying to say. And you can refer to the example that I gave. Then third, imagine how you would have wanted this code to look like if you didn't know coding. So for example, if you didn't know coding, but someone shows you your code, how would you like to expect that code to be written? Okay. Fourth one is take feedback from colleagues. You can always always like ask your colleagues. You can ask them for tips, and like you can, if you're a student, you can ask your classmates or friends or your professors. So that's it. It's always good to have a nice constructive criticism and take it as a feedback. Then look at others' code. Look at how many professional people, many freelancers they code. GitHub is a good platform where you can see other people's code. Okay. And yeah, so you can refer to classic books. So if you like to read books on it, then obviously you should get what I would recommend is you read a book, um, Clean Code by Robert Martin. And another one I could think of is Coding for Dummies. Okay, and yeah, that's from my side. I would like to conclude. I hope I was able to convey all that that I wanted and I intended for this slide. So yeah, peace out and have a nice day. Goodbye, take care.